No, no. See if you can get some of the good-looking guys here into the film.
We're at cpac with Americans for a Safe Israel. How you doing, sir?
We're doing rather well and very exciting. The presence here of the young people who come year after year to cpac, for me, is the most encouraging thing. It indicates that these young people, who are the future of our country, will somehow bring us out of this terrible malaise which exists at this moment in this country.
So the response to your organization here at cpac has been very positive?
It has been extremely well received. The young people understand the importance of Israel, how it impacts to American society, and how it is particularly important to a Bible-believing community. And part of what we do, and one of the most encouraging thing that we do, encouraging for me, is reaching out into a Bible-believing community and getting a positive response.
Now, there's been change in government in Israel. I know there's transition going on right now. Would you like to comment about that?
Well, it would appear that Mr. Netanyahu represents the Likud, a right-of-center party, will be the prime minister. He will have a somewhat narrow government made up of 65 members of the Knesset. The Knesset has a total of 120 members, so it is rather close. But I think that's a good thing, because what it means is that the parties who are toughest, the parties who believe as we do that the land of Israel belongs to the Jewish people, those parties may be in a position to keep the government, the present or the new government, on the right path. So we're looking forward with a degree of optimism as to what will be the future for Israel under this new government.
Can you give us some insights into Israel that you might not normally hear in general media?
Well, I think for those people who find the Israeli electorate somewhat ambivalent about what they are and where they're going, people who have been under siege for 60 years, and I think most people have to understand it is not an easy thing for a mother to say that my son was in the army and now my grandson is going into the army, but the core value in Israeli society, the young people, particularly the religious young people, who go to the army and now represent the most important leadership aspect of the IDF, represent something special for the future. I think what was indicated in the operation in Gaza, which they completed just recently, was that the young people are prepared to fight, and the expertise of the IDF comes better and better all the time. But it might be interesting for me to share with your viewers a bit of insight. We have family friends in Israel who tell us that a young man whose unit was called up, but he was not called up, insisted that he was going to join his unit in spite of the fact that it wasn't required of him. So you have this spirit among the young women and the young men of Israel. The future of Israel, providing the new government and future governments understand that they have to remain strong under the pressures that are applied, and for one thing, do not look to Washington for sustenance. Washington is not the answer to the problem in Israel. Israel has to make its own decisions based on what is best for Israel, and if they do that, they will have a future and they will be successful. And it's strength. They need strength. They need strength.
If you had a message for Secretary of State Clinton regarding Israel, what would it be?
Well, I would say put aside the two-state solution. It doesn't work. Another state in the same small area that the land of Israel represents is not big enough for two states, particularly one that is clearly antagonistic to the well-being of the state of Israel. So my message to Secretary Clinton, to this administration, is get off the roadmap, get off the two-state solution, let the people of Israel make their own decision. There should be one state, and it should be a Jewish state from the River Jordan to the Mediterranean Sea.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the conference.
Thank you.
Americans for a Safe Israel at cpac. Thank you.